already have being manufactured here anyways. The fentanyl, I don't know enough about that.
Wait, there's meth being manufactured in the United States?
Methamphetamines being manufactured in the United States? Yeah, definitely.
I've never heard that.
Methamphetamines?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, it gets cooked in huge labs in Michoacan.
So this is 11 days ago.
They might be doing that. They were doing it back then, but since then they've got meth labs set up here that they operate in the United States 100%. I can't prove it, but just what I've heard about what goes on. Since I've left it, I've got zero attachment to the cartel, but I still know people from my former things, and they say that, yeah, that they're actually cooking dope in the United States, without a doubt.
So that means they would have to import the chemicals because they...
That I wouldn't doubt, that they probably are.
So they have to import the chemicals? I mean,
ephedrine, red phosphorus.
Right, because all that stuff you can't get en masse in the States anymore, right? Like that's what put an end to the biker dope and gave the monopoly to the cartels.
Right.
Is when they passed that law. I think it was like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
or something.
they did. If you go in buying too many cold tablets, it's starting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that they are getting the precursor chemicals and smuggling those in. But yeah, I've heard a lot. I can't prove it. Don't hold me to it. But we're just having a conversation.
So anyways, this is Janine Pirro 4 hours ago.
There are 1,300 barrels filled with precursors to methamphetamine. It will take 24 18-wheelers to take these precursors to a storage facility in a safe location.
But the building blocks of death, precursors designed to manufacture methamphetamine that would have flooded American streets, destroying countless lives and families. This isn't a...
Hey Johnny, pay attention to this part, man. I dig you, but
about to hear represents one of the most significant...
There's no buts. I like you. You seem like nice enough, and I appreciate the audience.
On a day that will be remembered.
But when you're telling me that you've covered this for years and haven't heard this,
federal law enforcement officials gathered at the port of Houston to announce something extraordinary, something that had never been done before, something that sends a clear, unmistakable message to drug cartels operating across borders. America is no longer playing defense.
Thank you all for coming out today. We think that this is a very important issue, and I flew down from Washington because I think that this is so significant. Every day, tons of chemicals that are used to create synthetic drugs like methamphetamine and fentanyl are shipped from China to Mexico in China's undeclared war against America and her citizens.
Let me break down.
all right, so hey man, hopefully you guys can see me all right. Let me double check that because I gotta look. I'm even wearing the same shirt. Going to judo a little bit. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Senso Geese, man. They're not paying me any money, but they're pretty dope. They're made with hemp. Shit. Huh. My thing just cracked. 1 second. So anyways, just shout out to Senso Geese. They're made with hemp. You'll dig them. I love their stuff. Out of San Francisco. They're not paying me a penny to say that. But anyways, so this is exactly word for word why I got involved in doing videos, was because of stuff like this. Johnny's a great guy. I'm grateful for the exposure that he's given me. Just between the YouTube videos and and the Facebook videos on his shorts, Johnny all by himself has given me about, I want to say, close to 1 million views. And then if I count up all the Camp Canyon and all the other stuff, Glenn Beck, etc. You know, I'm going to go upstairs too. I'm going to put something to bed. I know a lot of you guys are concerned with how much I weigh. So let's just do that real quick because I've got some people that are mentally challenged. We're going to do it. I've got every Tom, Dick, and Harry telling me that I don't weigh 220 pounds. There it is. No tricks. I'm not wearing anything crazy. This is just me. Let's do it again. 0. Let's put the microphone down. Nothing in my pockets. It gets old talking to a bunch of people that don't know anything, man. Let's do it again. Nothing in my pockets. I don't know what cut off. 220 pounds, give or take. Let's do it again. Nothing. Yay. I got to do that for the people that are mentally challenged, that think that they know everything, that they, you know, I did a thing yesterday with my check stubs, my paperwork from the Secretaría de Seguridad Pública, all my stuff, dude. I got it all. And then I got people like Johnny Mitchell, who I'm grateful is giving me the forum that he has. Like I said, I got like 1 million views between his Facebook and his YouTube channels. Just off him. I'm like at 2 million views now, man, collectively, between the Camp Canyon videos, between Johnny Mitchell. Ed and I are supposed to be doing something this Friday. And I still got people in the comments telling me, and people even like Johnny telling me that he hasn't heard about precursor chemicals coming into the United States from China making methamphetamines. He's been doing these videos for years, and he's like, I'm not going to slam him too bad. I'm just going to be like, hey, Johnny, my brothers and I are down there in our trucks doing our uniform, and with all due respect, even though you're located in Texas, it isn't Mexico, dog. And I'm totally appreciative of the fact that you've given me the audience and the platform that you and Mark and Ian and everybody else has. Oh, quick shout out to JD Delay. Hey, JD, this goes out to you too, man. You were kind of a jerk yesterday, but I don't want to like not be friends. I do want to be friends, but when you're telling me what's going on in my front yard for sensationalism, I'm gonna say something, man. You know, Portland's not at war, regardless of what Donald and everybody else in the entire world thinks about what Portland's like. I got my surfboard right there, my paddleboard right there, my canoes outside, my bike's right here, and it is a wonderful place to live. Nothing war-like at all. I'm just a tad over 5'10" in normal shoes, and I weigh 217 to 218 pounds for the clowns that are commenting on Johnny Mitchell's things. And I'm going to say it again. If any of you, knowing how big, I'll give you the advantage. I will give you an advantage. If any of you want to show up and go a few rounds at the local gym just to see where my martial arts ability are at, we can do it in buena onda and a good attitude, and we'll go out and we'll have hamburgers and shakes afterwards, man, at the local McDonald's or whatever. Totally like, I'm a man's man, man. I'm not going to have you guys telling me what I do and don't know. I'm not CIA. I've wanted to be CIA, and I've got people telling me I'm CIA. Janine Pirro this morning talking about all the precursor chemicals that he's found coming in. I started doing this channel because there's a lot of grifters out there that want to capitalize on something they know nothing about, man. Vincent Vargas, Joe Rogan, Sean Ryan, all of them. And Sean, respect to him. At least he suited up and showed it up. But I knew that when I had my background that I have and have contacted all these guys, and none of them want to touch me with a stick, which can only mean one thing. It means they want to sell you their narrative. And my channel's not like that, you know. People don't like the way I talk. Oh, I talk like I'm on heroin. Some Mexican dude called me white trash this morning, even though I've risked my own bacon and so have my brothers to help keep him safer. He doesn't dig on AMLO. He did. At least that guy had put out a video, man. For those of you that hate or are my detractors, put out your own videos. Respect for that. At least you're doing something. A lot of the people just camp out in the comments because they want to hate. But the point of this morning's video is Johnny Mitchell telling me that there aren't precursor chemicals coming into the United States from Mexico that are being used by Mexicans to manufacture methamphetamines here. So one of two things is going on, guys. One of three things. Johnny Mitchell doesn't know what he's talking about, or the American government's setting up a PSYOP, making more police force and presence necessary in the United States, or they legitimately found that and I knew what I was talking about. And you guys, I'll leave you to yourselves to pick which one's which, or which one you guys want to believe. Carl's Jr. Huh. So anyways, I want to bounce to judo in a little bit, but I saw that just now getting ready to leave the house. And I had to say something, man. Coffee splashed in my eye. I'm real, man. And you know what? Something else. A lot of people want to get on me about my past. I have one creator that I'm beholden to. I owe him an amends, him and him alone, because he is my creator. Any other human being walking the face of the earth, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes me anything. So when you have some type of like expectation about he sounds proud, he doesn't sound proud, he's not really sorry. The only person I have to be sorry to is my Lord and anyone that I may immediately hurt and the people that are accountable to me that I agree to be accountable to. Just going to say it like that. You know, Ed wanted me to sign another agreement. I'm going to shoot a video with Ed this Friday. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. I'm not signing any agreements. I don't do that. Not to be a jerk. I'm just not giving other people editorial control over what I do. They tell me I talk like I'm on heroin. I talk like I'm from a lot of places because I've lived in a lot of places. I've picked up bits and pieces of accents all over. Sometimes I'll say New York or whatever. And other times I'll talk like I'm more California. Y otras veces yo voy a hablar como ustedes en español, como yo estoy en Zacatecas por allá. Ishu, я могу говорить по-русски, как я из Столица. So, I mean, I can speak all these different things, and my voice sounds different ways. I'm not pretending to be anybody. People like me, they don't like me. I want you to get the truth when you're on YouTube. I weigh 217.5 pounds or whatever the hell it is. When I was in Houston going to a jiu-jitsu tournament, it was 208. I know exactly how much I weigh. I do martial arts all the time. Legit, if you got something that you want to come at me with, you can hit me up. My email is Dave, D-A-V-E Frank, F-R-A-N-K-E at davefrank.com. Spelled the same way. My own website. I will get your email. I read every single one of my emails. I'm not overtly proud. I try to stay away from the 7 deadly sins, and sometimes I fail. But I'm also not going to be told that I'm lying, because every time someone tells you that you're a liar in the comments, they're eating away at your credibility. You're telling me I'm not 5'10", and you're telling me I'm not 220 pounds. There's the thing. And I've also got a picture I took one morning, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. You're taking a picture with the tape measure up in your living room right here to prove to some nobody, and not that he's not nobody, we're all made in God's image, but someone that's challenging you online that doesn't have to verify or be credible in any aspect of themselves, but they're going to challenge you. I'm right here. If you want to show up, I've been to all these places, all these people. I've showed them all my documents, and I'll show you if you have the courage to show up. JD DeLay, I met Valhalla VFT. I'm about as big as he is, so unless Valhalla VFT, and he says it on his live feed. JD DeLay, you live 2 hours away in Eugene, Oregon, man. You're going to tell me that Antifa's crawling all over the place here? I live in a very nice neighborhood, man. The people here are wealthy, and they're mostly techies, doctors. Actually, primarily here in South Waterfront is mostly doctors and high-rise, I don't know, I want to say nurses and physician's assistants, some techies, not a war zone. And I've seen a lot of bad things go on from both sides of the government. But what I really take issue with is someone from out of town telling me what it's like in my front yard, man. And it's literally my front yard. I look at DHS every day. So, to my fans, Ben, oh, it's me, Sandoval, Mike, Boston Cop, Nightman, all the people that know me in real life, my co-workers, my boss, all these people know me in real life and are on my channel. Brandon, Scott, Steve, Luke, I see you, Young Blood. All these are people that watch my stuff, plus all the people that are related to me, plus all the people that I know from the rooms. And I am not a government operative in any way, shape, or form. I've given you exactly what year, where, and what the exact crime is for the case that I was involved in LA. You can look it all up. My high school diploma says Hall of Justice on it from the GED, or it used to until the California Department of Education decided to outsource GED testing, but it's still there from Wayside Honor Rancho Pitches Detention Center, just right there in Castaic, just north of Los Angeles, where they send the Supermax and the maximum security people. They've also got a medium north and a medium south facility and the minimum facility. I know all of this stuff because this is my life, and people, I don't know, they don't like it. Let me make sure that I'm not like, it's still recording good. I'm going to invest in some more cameras and stuff like that, some microphones. Sure Microphone. Christos, shout out to you. Camp Ganyan, Ian Bick, and everybody else, man, I really like them. And even JD DeLay and Valhalla VFD, I'm sure I would like them too. Will Rogers, as I've stated before, claimed he never met a person that he didn't like. And I'm kind of that opinion. As long as you're not like diddling children and stuff like that, or being a complete scumbag, I'm pretty much sure of the fact that there's something about you, some aspect about you and your character that I can like. The Epstein Island people, out of bounds. Raping women, out of bounds. Anything to do with those two things, as long as you're not doing that, you know what? I'm pretty sure we could sit down and have dinner together and have an enjoyable conversation. And that's me. Katerina Schultz, Vincent Vargas, all of you guys that I've reached out to, sooner or later you're going to talk to me, or maybe not, I don't know. But I'm going to do my thing regardless of what you do, because when I sit there and try to even get a response from you guys, it's like impossible. I want to say something to Silas Montoya. I just got done doing a Christian video here the other night. I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not Billy Graham. If I was a Billy Graham, it'd be superstar Billy Graham from the WWF, like Ric Flair. Woo! Just like that, baby. I love that stuff, man. Chef's kiss. That if I was a little bit bigger, I thought about playing arena football back in the day. I was a little bit bigger. I was completely carved out of muscle. Wasn't big enough for the NFL. I used to play strong safety, and I'm not fast enough, man. But I'm who I am. I did a Christian video the other day with this guy, and I am so flawed as a Christian. I don't want to sit there and pretend like I am, because I am not. If you talk about pretending, that would be me pretending to be something that I'm not. I am kind of aggressive in real life. Shouldn't be. But getting back to that, I've been given this platform, and I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And I want to do a couple things with my platform that I've been given. I've got over 400 subscribers now. I'm at over 2 million total views. And I want to thank each and every one of you for that, because I'm nothing special. But being that I have been given this platform, I do want to push and promote Christianity. Not in an aggressive way, but to let you know that it did change my life. I do want to protect and promote the family unit, which means a nuclear family of a mother, a father, and children, because I believe that children need both their parents. And I also believe that men and women should not walk away from marriage so readily, even though I've been married. I'm on my third marriage now. And the first marriage, I was a horrible husband, man. No doubt about it. Gone for weeks at a time. The second marriage, I was a good husband. But I had a wife that had some issues, and I don't fault her at all. We weren't compatible. The third marriage, my wife and I have been together for 13 years, and we work very hard to make sure that this is a successful relationship. We are open, honest, kind, hardworking, and committed. So I want to push this, but also I want to be committed to making sure that you're getting the truth when you hear something. And I'm not Jason Bourne, and I'm not John Wick, and I've said that before numerous times. I'm going to end the video with this. I am Mexican SWAT. My brothers are Mexican SWAT. My brothers are also Mexican military, where we're talking back and forth on Facebook about them being active at the 11th Military Zone when the Florencia shootout in Zacatecas went down, okay? I'm going to end this video because my wife is calling me right now. Right here. My darling wife. A minute. You're a guest on my phone. What's up, sweet and tender pepper?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm recording this right now. You're a guest on my podcast today. You were my sweet and tender. Yeah, you were my sweet and tender pepper. Say hi, sweet and tender pepper.
Hi.
Hey. So anyways, my wife is just on the phone. And we got some family stuff going on too in Mexico with one of our own that's been missing. And that's the reality of Mexico too. Some investments and down in Cancun. But anyways, be that as it may, because it's not anything that we're going to solve right now, right this second. That's the reality of life in Mexico. And so when there's grifters and stuff like that that come in from outside or they have nothing to do with it and they want to talk like they know everything and they're based out of Mexico because they got themselves a cute little tourist visa or whatever it is. And then when you try to hit them up and they don't want anything to do with you and they want to present stuff on YouTube for clicks and views. For those of you that don't know, I work 12 hours a day, every single day of a week. And never in my entire life have I made a nickel or a penny off of YouTube. And I don't think I ever really will, because in order to make any substantial amount of money off of it, you have to have like an insane amount of viewers like Mr. Beast or something like that. But what I am doing is I am writing a book and trying to get a movie out there. Eddie Little, thank you, my brother. He wrote Another Day in Paradise. He's also from the same place in LA that I'm from, and they turned it into a movie. I think the IRS got most of its money that he made off of that because of back taxes, is what he told me. Dear friend of mine. And it kind of like provoked me or inspired me to do the same thing. So that's kind of what I'm going down as far as like my financial journey is going, to where people know what's going on with me. I work all the time, sometimes 7 days a week, sometimes a month or two in a row without even a day off. I stay busy constantly, and I still go to school too, pursuing a degree in computer science through University of the People, and with the ultimate goal of getting my degree to practice law, or my license to practice law here in the United States. And I made a mistake on another video too. It was talking about trimestres or cuatrimestres. I'm in my 6th quatrimestre in Mexico in law school. So I'm not misrepresenting anything. Because now that I'm starting to become a public personality, I just need to make sure that I'm super upfront and clear about everything, so no one can ever use that to attack you, because apparently they'll even attack you over your own weight and your height. And that's what I was talking about when I got interrupted with the phone call, which I always love being interrupted by my wife, don't get me wrong. But I was saying just how ludicrous it is that I would be sitting there taking a picture of myself in the living room right up here with the tape measure to show some bozo that I'm actually 5'10". Like I'm sitting there trying to argue being some. It's disgusting. And because I'm trying to be a Christian, I have to make sure that I don't go over the top aggressive on it, because I really do feel like just love to meet up and clown you in person, but that's prideful. But also I'm not beyond it too. So if you want to show up in person and go down to the gym and have some shakes and stuff like that, we'll sign a waiver. We'll get in the ring. We'll go a few rounds. I'm probably new and have never boxed a day in my life. You'll probably win. And then we'll go have some hamburgers or something on my dime, or maybe a steak. And I'm going to video the whole thing. I'm going to put it online of you being an idiot just because you couldn't take someone at their word when they posted all kinds of proof. I got someone working on Ed's Queep right now, right this second. Ed and I are going to have a discussion on Friday. I've been waiting for it, man. That's one of the reasons why Ed Calderon. Been looking forward to it. He seems like a nice guy, but nobody knows Ed's last name at all. And I mean, that's been a sticking point with me for a long time, and many other people. I'm not alone. But you guys all know my last name, and I got to sit here and explain how fucking tall I am to you, So, I'm going to end it on that. That's enough. Thanks. Enough out of me.